today's practice, you're going to experience something beautiful. We'll start with gentle movements that help release the tension of self-doubt from your body. Then we'll settle into a meditation that guides you back to your heart, the place where your truest self has been waiting. By the end of our time together, you'll have a simple tool you can use anytime that inner critic gets too loud. You'll remember something important. Acceptance isn't about being perfect. It's about being human and being okay with that. That voice in your head right now, the one judging how you look, what you said yesterday, or what you should be doing instead of watching this video. You know the one I mean. It might be telling you that you don't have time for self-care. Or maybe it's comparing you to someone else who seems to have it all together. We all carry this inner critic that seems to know exactly what hurts most. It speaks to us in ways we would never speak to a friend. If your best friend came to you feeling sad or worried, you would offer them comfort. You would be kind. But when you feel those same emotions, that voice inside gets harsh. It tells you to get over it. It says you're being too sensitive or that you should be stronger. Here's what's strange about this voice. It promises to help us improve, but research shows it actually makes us more anxious and less likely to change. When we criticize ourselves, we don't feel motivated. We feel stuck. We feel small. The voice says it's trying to push us forward, but it's really holding us back. This self-criticism becomes our default setting early in life. Often we learned it in childhood as a way to stay safe and accepted. Maybe you had a parent who was hard on themselves. Maybe you were praised for being perfect and learned that mistakes meant losing love. Your young mind figured out that being critical first might protect you from others being critical later. Your brain learned to scan for problems. It learned to point out what was wrong before anyone else could. This felt like protection, but it became a prison. Now, years later, that same pattern runs automatically. You might not even notice how often you put yourself down throughout the day. Here's something that might surprise you. Your brain treats self-criticism the same way it treats physical danger. When you say harsh things to yourself, your nervous system can't tell the difference between your own voice and a real threat. It floods your body with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate goes up. Your breathing gets shallow. Your muscles tense. This constant internal battle creates physical tension that we carry in our shoulders, jaw, and chest without even realizing it. You might have tight shoulders from years of bracing against your own harsh words. Your jaw might clench when you think about mistakes you've made. Your chest might feel heavy with the weight of never feeling good enough. Think about how you hold your body when someone criticizes you. Now notice that you might hold your body the same way when you criticize yourself. Your body doesn't know the difference. It just knows it needs to protect itself from attack, even when the attack is coming from inside. This is why positive thinking alone doesn't work. You can't think your way out of something your body is experiencing as danger. You can tell yourself to be more confident, but if your nervous system is in protection mode, those words won't stick. Your body needs to feel safe before your mind can relax. We start to see that we can't hate ourselves into becoming better versions of who we are. battle is doing to our bodies. Right now, without changing anything, notice where you feel tight or heavy in your body. That's your self-doubt speaking in a language older than words. Maybe your shoulders are pulled up toward your ears. Maybe your chest feels compressed, like there isn't enough room to breathe fully. Maybe your jaw is clenched without you even knowing it. These aren't random aches and pains. This is your body holding the story of every harsh word you've ever said to yourself. Your body has been listening to every harsh word you've said to yourself, and it's been keeping score. Each time you called yourself stupid, your muscles tightened a little more. Each time you criticized how you looked in the mirror, your posture shifted to protect your heart. Each time you told yourself you weren't good enough, your breathing became a little more shallow. Your body doesn't understand that these words are coming from your own mind. It just knows it needs to defend itself. Most people try to think their way out of self-criticism, but the real prison is built in your muscles, your breathing, your posture. You can read every self-help book and repeat every positive affirmation, but if your body is still braced for attack, those words won't reach the places that need healing most. Your nervous system holds the memories of being criticized, and it doesn't care if those memories came from others or from yourself. Self-judgment creates a very specific pattern of physical tension. Your breathing becomes shallow and stays in your chest instead of dropping into your belly. Your shoulders creep up toward your ears, creating a protective shell around your heart. Your jaw clenches as if you're literally biting back words of kindness you want to say to yourself. Your lower back tightens from carrying the weight of shame. Your hips lock up from years of not feeling safe to be vulnerable and open. There's a surprising connection between how we hold our bodies and how we feel about ourselves. When your shoulders are rounded forward, it's harder to feel confident. When your chest is collapsed, it's harder to feel worthy of love. When your breathing is shallow, your brain thinks you're in danger and floods your system with stress hormones. Your posture doesn't just reflect your emotions, it actually creates them. This physical tension reinforces negative thoughts, creating a cycle that keeps us stuck. When your body feels unsafe, your mind looks for threats. When your mind finds threats, your body tenses up even more. You might notice that on days when your body feels heavy and tight, your thoughts are darker too. This isn't a coincidence. Your body and mind are having a conversation, and they're agreeing that something is wrong. Even thinking about self-acceptance can feel scary because your body remembers every time you tried to love yourself and got hurt. Maybe you shared something vulnerable and someone made fun of you. Maybe you felt good about yourself for a moment and then someone pointed out your flaws. Maybe you dared to dream big and then fell short. Your body remembers the pain of those moments, and it tries to protect you by making self-love feel dangerous. When you try to say something kind to yourself, your chest might tighten. When you think about accepting your body as it is, you might feel restless or anxious. When you consider forgiving yourself for past mistakes, your stomach might clench. These aren't signs that you're doing something wrong. These are signs that your body is protecting you based on what it learned in the past. Your body's resistance to self-love isn't weakness. It's protection based on past experiences. Your nervous system just your mind. You can't think your way into feeling worthy if your nervous system is stuck in protection mode. You need to help your body remember what safety feels like. You need to show your muscles that they can relax. You need to teach your breathing that it's okay to go deep. This is why we start with movement to speak to your body in its own language. There's one thing that's been with you through every moment of self-doubt and every moment of peace. Your breath. It was there when you were 5 years old and someone first made you feel small. It was there during your teenage years when you stared in the mirror and wished you looked different. It was there last week when you made that mistake at work and couldn't stop replaying it in your mind. Your breath has never left you, never judged you, never criticized you. It just keeps flowing, keeping you alive, waiting patiently for you to notice its gentle presence. Your breath is the bridge between your thinking mind and your feeling body, and it holds the key to shifting from criticism to compassion. When your mind gets caught in loops of negative thinking, your breath can guide you back to your body. When your body feels tense and protective, your breath can signal to your nervous system that it's safe to relax. Most of us live so much in our heads that we forget we have this built-in tool for creating calm and safety. But here's what most people don't know. There's a specific way to breathe that instantly signals safety to your nervous system. It's not just about taking deep breaths. It's about where those breaths go and how long they last. When you breathe in a way that activates your body's natural relaxation response, everything changes. Your heart rate slows down, your muscles release tension, your mind quiets. This isn't just relaxation. This is your body remembering what peace feels like. Think of your breath as an internal compass that always points toward the present moment where self-acceptance lives. Self-criticism lives in the past, replaying old mistakes and failures. Anxiety lives in the future, worrying about what might go wrong. But acceptance can only happen right now, in this moment, with this breath. When you follow your breath, you follow it home to the only place where healing can actually happen. Most of us breathe in a way that keeps our nervous system on high alert. Shallow chest breathing sends a message to your brain that something is wrong. Your chest rises and falls quickly, staying in the upper part of your lungs. This kind of breathing keeps you in fight or flight mode, even when there's no real danger. Your body thinks it needs to be ready to run or defend itself, which makes self-compassion feel impossible. Deep belly breathing does the opposite. It activates your rest and digest response, the part of your nervous system that allows you to feel safe and open. When you breathe this way, your belly rises on the inhale and falls on the exhale. Your chest stays relatively still. This sends a clear message to your brain. All is well. You are safe. You can relax. Here's the simple breathing technique that can interrupt the self-criticism cycle in real time. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts, letting your belly rise while your chest stays still. Hold that breath gently for 2 counts. Then breathe out through your mouth for 6 counts, letting your belly fall naturally. The longer exhale is key. It activates your vagus nerve, which tells your whole system to calm down. This breath pattern doesn't just calm your mind, it also releases physical jaw unclenches, your neck softens, your whole body begins to remember what it feels like to be gentle with yourself. As we move into the practice that follows, this breathing will be your guide. Every movement will be connected to your breath. Every stretch will follow the rhythm of inhaling and exhaling. This isn't just exercise. It's a conversation between your breath and your body, with your breath leading the way toward acceptance. Your breath is always available as a gentle return to self-compassion, no matter how loud the inner critic gets. You don't need special equipment or perfect conditions. You just need to remember to breathe with intention. Learning to breathe with intention is learning to be your own safe harbor. Now let's use this breath to guide movements that release what your body has been holding. As we begin to move, you might notice your mind trying to judge how you look or whether you're doing it right. This is the exact moment where transformation begins. Right now, your inner critic might be saying you're not flexible enough or that you look silly. Notice these thoughts without fighting them. They're just old patterns trying to keep you safe. Today, we're going to move differently. The gentle movements we'll practice aren't about perfect form. They're about having a conversation with the parts of you that have been holding pain. Your shoulders have been carrying the weight of harsh words. Your chest has been protecting your heart from feeling too much. Your hips have been locked tight from years of not feeling safe to be open and vulnerable. We're going to speak to these parts of your body with kindness. Your body might resist at first, feeling awkward or self-conscious, because movement makes us vulnerable in a way that sitting still doesn't. When we move, we can't hide. We feel our body in space. We notice where we're tight and where we're open. This can feel scary at first, especially if you've spent years trying to disappear or make yourself smaller. It's okay to feel this resistance. Just breathe through it. Let's start with your shoulders. Slowly roll them up towards your ears, then back, then down. Feel how tight they are from holding so much tension. Now breathe in and lift them up again. As you breathe out, let them drop completely. Imagine releasing every critical word you've ever said about yourself. Let those words fall away with each exhale. Now place your hands on your heart. Feel the steady rhythm that has never stopped loving you. Slowly open your arms wide, expanding your chest. This might feel vulnerable. Your body might want to close back up and protect your heart. But stay open for just a moment longer. Breathe in rational mind might still be judging or analyzing, but your body is having a different experience. It's remembering what it feels like to move without criticism. It's learning that it's safe to take up space and move freely. Move slowly and gently, treating your body like you would comfort a dear friend. If your friend was in pain, you wouldn't force them to stretch further or move faster. You would be patient and kind. Offer the same patience to yourself. Your body has been through enough. It deserves gentle treatment. This isn't about fixing yourself. You are not broken. This is about accepting yourself exactly as you are right now, in this moment, with whatever limitations or tightness you're feeling. You don't have to be more flexible or stronger or different than you are. You just have to be willing to move with kindness. Every gentle movement is an act of self-love, proving to your body that you can be trusted to treat it with kindness. Your body has been waiting for this message. It's been waiting for you to touch it gently instead of criticizing it. It's been waiting for you to move it with care instead of punishment. Through mindful movement, you're literally reshaping your relationship with yourself from the inside out. As your body begins to soften, we'll settle into stillness to meet your heart. In the quiet space we've created, listen carefully. Beneath all the noise of self-doubt, your heart has been whispering something important. It's been trying to tell you that you are loved, that you are enough, that you have always been enough. This voice is quieter than your inner critic, but it's been there all along. It speaks in feelings rather than words. It speaks in the warmth you feel when you watch a sunset. It speaks in the peace you feel when you hold a sleeping child. It speaks in the joy you feel when you laugh with a friend. This seated meditation will guide you to a place that exists beyond judgment, where your truest self has been patiently waiting. Find a comfortable position where you can sit with your spine tall but not rigid. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or soften your gaze toward the floor. This place we're going to visit together has been inside you all along. It's the part of you that existed before anyone ever criticized you. It's the part of you that will remain when all the harsh voices fade away. At first, it might feel strange or even uncomfortable to direct kindness toward yourself. This unfamiliarity is normal and tells us how much we need this practice. Your mind might resist. It might tell you that this is silly or that you don't deserve kindness. It might bring up all the reasons why you should be harder on yourself. Just notice these thoughts like clouds passing through the sky of your awareness. They don't have to stop you from continuing. Place both hands on your heart now. Feel the steady rhythm beneath your palms. This is the part of you that has never judged you, never criticized you, never told you that you weren't good enough. Your heart has been beating for you since before you were born. It has carried you through every difficult moment. It has celebrated every joy. It beats the same whether you're having a bad day or a good day. It loves you unconditionally. Breathe into this space beneath your hands. Imagine your breath flowing directly into your heart. With each inhale, imagine golden light filling this space. This light represents the love that has always been there. It might be dim right now because it's been covered by years of criticism, but it has never gone out. With each breath, let this light grow a little brighter. Notice basic truth. Continue breathing into your heart space. Imagine speaking to yourself the way you would speak to a dear friend who was hurting. What would you say? How would your voice sound? Offer yourself these same words now. Let them come from your heart, not your head. Trust whatever arises. You are both the one who needs love and the one who can give it. You don't have to wait for someone else to offer you the kindness you crave. You don't have to earn it or prove that you deserve it. You can give it to yourself right now, in this moment, simply because you exist. The love you've been seeking outside yourself has been inside you all along, waiting for you to come home. It has been patient. It has been kind. It has been there through every moment of doubt and every moment of joy. In this moment of connection with your heart, you remember who you really are beneath all the stories. From this place of remembering, we can speak new truths into being. The words you speak to yourself have the power to heal or harm. Today, you choose healing. Every thought you think creates a pathway in your brain. Every word you say to yourself either strengthens old patterns of criticism or builds new patterns of kindness. Right now, in this moment, you get to decide which pathways grow stronger. You get to choose whether your inner voice sounds like your worst enemy or your most loving friend. These aren't just positive affirmations. They're truth statements that your heart recognizes even when your mind doubts. Your mind might argue with these words. It might tell you they're not true or that you're just trying to fool yourself. But your heart knows differently. Your heart has been waiting to hear these truths spoken out loud. It has been waiting for you to remember who you really are beneath all the stories you've you breathe in, imagine drawing these truths into your heart. As you breathe out, imagine these truths flowing into every cell of your body. You're not just thinking these words, you're feeling them. You're letting them become part of you. Say this one: I choose to treat myself with the same kindness I offer others. Notice how this feels different from your usual self-talk. You would never speak to a friend the way you sometimes speak to yourself. You would offer them comfort, understanding, patience. You deserve the same kindness from yourself. These words aren't about convincing yourself of something false. They're about remembering something true that you forgot. You were born whole and worthy. You didn't have to earn your first breath or your first heartbeat. These were gifts given to you simply because you exist. Nothing you have done since then has changed this basic truth about your worth. You don't have to earn your worth. It's your birthright simply because you exist. You don't have to be perfect or accomplished or different than you are right now. Your worth isn't based on your achievements or your appearance or how others see you. It's based on the simple fact that you are here, breathing, being human. Every loving word you speak to yourself is an act of rebellion against a world that profits from your self-doubt. When you choose self-love, you're refusing to participate in systems that keep you small and insecure. You are not broken and in need of fixing. You are whole and worthy of love exactly as you are. This knowing you've touched today doesn't have to end when our practice ends. The real test isn't how you feel right now in this peaceful moment. It's how you'll treat yourself when life gets messy again. Tomorrow morning, when you spill coffee on your shirt before an important meeting, what voice will you hear? When you make a mistake at work or say something you wish you hadn't, which thoughts will fill your mind? The calm you feel right now is beautiful, but the real transformation happens in those everyday moments when you choose kindness over criticism. You now have tools to interrupt the old patterns. But self-love is a practice, not a destination you arrive at once and stay forever. Just like brushing your teeth or exercising, self-compassion requires daily attention. Some days it will feel natural and easy. Other days it will feel like the hardest thing in the world. Both experiences are normal. Both are part of the journey back to yourself. Your inner critic will return. It's been with you too long to disappear overnight, but now you have a choice in how you respond. When that familiar voice starts pointing out your flaws or replaying your mistakes, you can pause. You can place your hand on your heart and remember this moment. You can take that 4-count breath we practiced, holding for 2, exhaling for 6. You can remind yourself that thoughts are just thoughts. They don't have to become your reality. When you feel stressed or overwhelmed, use the breath technique we learned. 4 counts in through your nose, letting your belly rise. Hold for 2 counts. 6 counts out through your mouth, letting your belly fall. Do this 3 times and notice how your nervous system begins to calm. trains of thought.